tell us, how is tension between the Turkish government and the army affecting the government's attempts to revive the economy there?
I mean, I think, first of all, it has been on the back burner for quite some time. It's an underlying issue in Turkey, and for the past, 12, 18 months or so, it was relatively quiet. I think we saw, an increase of tension definitely this week. Then, actually, yesterday we saw some easing of it, meeting between the Chief of Staff General and the President and the Prime Minister. But I think it's something that will stay with us. And, it takes away the attention of the government from privatizations, from implementing fiscal rule, a lot of things that market is expecting. And, you have this coming together with rising headline inflation in Turkey, where the central bank has a difficult time to manage expectations that, inflation will actually come back down later in the year. And if you have this kind of a combination, political uncertainty and, unclarity about macroeconomic developments, that is something that is a bit of a risk for Turkish assets.
Now, Turkish stocks made some gains, I think, that are after falling the most in 2 weeks. Is that a sign that the situation may now be stabilizing?
I think it's an acknowledgement that what we saw yesterday, the meeting, and then later in the evening also the release of two generals that had been detained, is taken by the market as an easing of tensions, definitely. And, we saw this in a slight recovery in the lira as well. But that being said, I think what the last days have shown is that this underlying fault line, in a way, in Turkish society, and the kind of struggle between the AKP government and the secular establishment.
Let me ask you very briefly, how might this dispute evolve? I know that the president has been meeting with the army chief and the prime minister, but this isn't the first time we've seen tensions between the military and the government. Very briefly, how are they going to be able to pull back from the brink of confrontation?
Well, I mean, I think yesterday was a step towards it, but it has to, the government now is trying to push reforms for which it needs the judiciary to play along. And what we've seen in the past few months is that the judiciary has been blocking it. And I think the AKP now, the government now has to make a decision whether they shift away, move to economic reforms, leave social reforms aside, or if they want to continue to push social reforms. And if they want to do this, as they've indicated, they may have to go for constitutional reform. And I think then we will have a continuation of this kind of confrontation.